Hello everybody out there and welcome to my latest video. My name is Victor Helthorp. I am a two-time Olympic speed skater and World Cup medalist, but I do also make a few videos on the equipment that I use, whether it's for inline skating, ice skating, cycling, running, which is the case today, and just a little bit of tech gadget knowledge. And in this video, I am gonna go through my experiences with this little Coros watch, the Vertix 2. First of all, I just want to mention that I have not been paid to make this video, but Coros gave me a cool discount code to share with all the people out there that would be looking to try out one of their watches. It is in the description below, so feel free to use that. It goes for everything on the website and not just this specific model. Hope you want to use that, and then I hope you want to subscribe to the channel. I will compare it at times to my Garmin watch here. It's a Garmin Fenix 7, the Pro Solar version. So really just the best of both of these two brands. They are very identical weight-wise, especially size-wise. As you can see here, they're very close to each other. But there's just a few things that I really like about the Coros that I'm going to talk about in this video, especially if you're a skater, ice skater, inline skater. There are some features that I think are pretty cool with the Coros. It's a little slimmer here, so especially in skating where you skate with your arms on the back. Well, I find that to be a big advantage. It's not as clumsy there. And then there's two things especially that I really like about this watch. The first of them is how well the GPS works. It's a very precise GPS, and when skating, especially if you skate on a narrow track, I've had a lot of experience with the turns cutting over, so I don't get the full distance, and especially when afterwards looking back at my files to see what the pace was through a session of laps or intervals or things like that, when I can't really see the specific speed, or at least the correct speed through that entire session, which in a sport like skating, or basically in all elite sport, that makes a huge difference. That's one thing I really like about this watch, that it has such precise GPS signal. The watch itself is very simple. One thing at first I was a little down about it, that it comes without a heart rate monitor. Obviously nowadays you can connect basically everything, ANT plus, Bluetooth, but I thought that would be a cool thing to have inside the box. I want to say it comes in a very cool box, especially for traveling. I think this watch is stylish enough for me at least to use it even when not training, but also just as a daily watch. But for the people that like to bring it as an additional watch, I think it's nice with this little storage box that it comes in. The wrist heart rate here, it is relatively precise. I have not been a big fan of measuring these in the wrist, but also as a skater, again, like I mentioned, you have your arms on the back for most of the time, and then it's just really nice if you can capture that heart rate belt, heart rate monitor, which, especially if you're wearing thick suits, sometimes is the case. Then it's really nice that your backup heart rate here is that precise. And honestly, I've had some workouts where I didn't even put on the heart rate monitor. The only occasions where I felt like it did not respond perfectly is during weightlifting, where I had to really have a firm grip on something and where I contracted my muscles here. And then at times where either it's because I pushed the watch around a little, or just because I've contracted my arm, it wasn't 100% precise. But in general, I think it's good enough. Personal preference kind of thing. Some people like the touch, some people do not. It has a little button here that you can scroll on, which, I mean, it's hard to explain in the video, but honestly, it's very, very smooth how well this works. It's a tiny button, and at first I thought it could be complicated scrolling on such a small thing. I'd be scared to overscroll, underscroll, and not be able to use it precisely. But after a few minutes, I realized that it's actually very comfortable to use. I also just like the screen of it. It's pretty nice. I am a big fan of big watches. Another nice feature that deserves to mention is how you can choose your battery mode. So for example, my watch just suggested here that I can either choose optimized GPS signal, and then it's gonna last for 50 hours or 90 hours or 140 hours, depending on which mode I go for. Just a nice feature. I've been in situations where as I just mentioned, I wanted a very precise GPS signal, but I've also been in situations where I wanted my watch to last through an entire workout. So that's just a cool way to customize a little how you use the watch. I'll take you guys for a run with the watch, and then I will share a little bit of my experience from using that. Back from the jog with a watch on each hand, and I was able to measure some differences. I will show you the stats here on the screen. It might be a little easier, so you can also get a very objective opinion. But like I just mentioned, this Vortex did find that I jogged a little shorter than the distance measure with the Garmin, which again, as I said earlier, it's just one of the cool features about the precise GPS, that you get all those small turns and all the, just a precise route, which in skating is super important because you do go at a really high pace and you do get some narrow turns into the software that you can see here on the screen. That I do really like the design of the Vortex, or the Coros software, the app they have. It's very easy to navigate in, and it just looked good, I think. And you got all the information. I do think they prioritize elevation quite well, and one thing that I like that it's already on the standard screen of the watch when you use it is how much of an aerobic and anaerobic workout it is. So you can see the benefit as you do the workout, which is a super nice feature. So I'm guessing it's a matter of time before Coros becomes bigger, which actually leads me to the one thing I felt like I was missing a little, is just compatibility. I use my Grassport muscle oxygen sleeve, which is not yet compatible with the Coros, and also that I have it by computer of a different brand, which will still have, or lead me to use 2 different applications and 2 different training tools. Still put everything on Strava or Endomondo, whichever you use. It's comfortable wearing, it's not heavy, it's not as clumsy as some of the big watches are. It's very precise GPS wise, and the heart rate in the wrist, incredibly precise. It has all those nice features, the oxygen saturation, the HRV measurements, all the nice additional things that you could imagine in a high quality watch. There's a nice scroll button on the side, big plus. And then I find that the only downside right now is that Coros is just not that big a brand. It is not compatible with all the extra devices. But hopefully that's a thing that they will have in the future. But for right now, it is really an awesome high quality watch that if you're serious about sport, you should definitely try it out. That was everything I had in this video. I hope you want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out my other equipment videos, also my skating videos if you are a skater. I hope to see you next time. I'm Victor Thor. See ya.